All right. Hey, everybody. It is Matt with Copper Owl Coins, and I am going to be looking through some DDOs for Walker Magnet and for Stan Horn. They were both donators during my last live stream, and I'm just going to get right to it. We are looking for DDOs, pure and simple. Looks like, hey there, Siren Silver Stash. Good to see you. Hey, Garrett C. Good to see you. We are looking for DDOs. Stan Horn, hello. We're going to be looking through some of your second chance coins to see if you've got any DDOs. We're starting off with Walker Magnets, and I'm going to run through these fairly quickly. We know what we're looking for here, and when we think we see it, we will say something. But until then, just doing some chit chat. Always happy to talk with a few people. I know there's some other streams going on that JW and Nubs have a penny box battle going on. Always kind of fun to watch those. And I was watching it as I was getting set up, but I just had to go out and get ready to do this because unfortunately time will be short for me to get it done otherwise. So we just got done looking at the 77s. There's a 74 that somehow got past us. That is not going to be one. A few 73s to look at. I kind of go in reverse order, look at the 77Ds first, and then 74s if there's any to look at. We look at a lot of those in the stream. And based on what we find there, we will move on to 73Ds, which we also look at. 72 Phillies for DDO, 72Ds for the no FG, and 71Ds for another DDO, 2 DDOs. So those take a little bit longer. Luckily, they're also the ones that there's the greatest quantity of every time. So we'll just give that one a good look at. I think that one was a one we looked at and said, let's take another look at it when we get to this. So how's everybody doing tonight? If anybody wants to come join me on screen and talk, that would be fine by me. I can put the link out to the stream. All you have to do is click on it, and you will be in the lobby for me to bring you in. Always kind of fun to have somebody to talk to while we're doing this. Never know. We might have Mrs. Owl join us, asking me why I am doing this at a late hour. I'm doing it at a late hour because I need to get the $50, gone through so I can see what we may or may not have. That's why. So let me get my 72 cheat sheet over here. 72s are pretty subtle. I haven't really found one yet, but I keep hoping to. Maybe this will be the day. Sorry, I have a hair or something that keeps blowing in front of my eye. No fun. So yeah, I'll understand if everybody's kind of doing some double duty here, watching some other streams as well as this one, but I do appreciate you being here. It's always fun to have you. Anybody have a chance to tune in to the auction tonight? Fundraiser auction. Brought the chips and dip. Well, there's the chips. I guess this would be the dip. Oh, man. Well, good to see you again, Package Total. Mufid, hello. Mufid, this might be the first time you've been on my on any of my streams, so welcome. Everybody say hi to Mufid. We are looking through DDOs, trying to find if we might have a DDO that we didn't see on screen during Sunday's live stream. And so that's just one of the things. That's one of the ways that I do it. I always hope to go back through these, and my hope is that I'll get a chance to, while inviting you guys in to see it. And if I don't, and I'm only able to do it off camera, then at least know that this is what I do. One's just a little beat up to be able to really tell anything. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Looks like it kind of wants to be, but I don't see what we should see up there at the top of the S. So, I don't know, maybe my eye is not trained on the 72s as well as others, but I know we have found others. 72 seems to be elusive. The numismatic, hey, good to see you. Just swing by to say hello. I appreciate that greatly. I definitely enjoy having a few new faces in here, maybe a few that haven't been in a while. Always fun. We are just looking for DDOs on some coins that we hunted for. How many do you have to go through, you think? Let me get a little bit of a count here because I've got them stacked according to year and mint and stacks of 10, so I should be able to come fairly close and tell you. Let me get through this one and we will do just a second. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got about 115 or so total to go through. We've already been through a few, but we're just about a third of the way through Walker's rolls. And this time we're looking for that no FG on the 72D. These tend to go fairly quick. The 71s take a little time. And, by the way, anybody who'd like to come up and say hello on the panel, you can join me. We can talk. We can do that while we're hunting for DDOs. Hoping not to take a lot of time tonight. Man, look at that. That looks like no FG under certain light, but then you see the F and the G. So kind of a nice close call there, but it's enough to rule it out. I've had closer that got ruled out. So kind of learned to deal with the little bit of angst that comes with possibly finding an OFG. And we have found them. And I found them for donators, kind of like tonight. But yeah, just let me know you'd like to come up and chit-chat a little bit, and we can set that up. I'm in the StreamYard, so a lot of the bot functions from the cloud bot are probably not operational. Well, Stan, yeah, it's we'll see how much longer I can do that. If I was doing multiple boxes in a hunt, I would probably have to really plan around an event like this a little bit more carefully, because that just takes some time. But the way I figure, if I'm not taking a look on the screen during the hunt, which does take a little bit of time, then I will give you that time another way, because I like to find miscellaneous coins for you guys. So yeah, I guess everybody's kind of got a thing. I'm the thorough guy, I guess. What I lack in volume, I make up with thoroughness, I guess. So it's good to have 5 of you watching. Yeah, this is one of those things that kind of caught the eye of Walker Magnet when he first started coming in too. So maybe it'll be the thing that gets me to 1,000 subs someday. Who knows? Unfortunately, we haven't found anything just yet, but we haven't had many in the most likely candidates category either. We go through a lot of the 73s and the 74s while we're on the screen during the stream, and so that kind of helps kind of pre-weed them out, keeps the numbers just a little bit lower for this effort, but also kind of becomes what the because otherwise I just get rid of the microscope view on the stream, and who knows, maybe that's something that we need to work harder at. Who knows? So let me pull my 71 cheat sheet up here. Since there's a couple items here we're looking at. All right. Let's keep looking. Yep. No, you know where I'm coming from then, Stan. That is exactly right. Looks like that's got a little bit of a split in it. I don't see the doubling. Anna, you're crazy. Anna, I'm crazy. Great name. Welcome. Good to see you. We're just looking at some DDOs. Some possible DDOs, I should say. That one's kind of suspect right there. That might be something. Let me look over here again. Can I get my cheater thing here? I don't see the doubling in the eye though. And I'm wondering if that's that was close, but I don't think it's going to fit the bill. If you guys see something that I'm not seeing, then by all means, let me know. sometimes that light kind of plays tricks with us too. Yeah, that is for sure package total. That's maybe the trickiest part of all this, is learning to distinguish the shadows from the doubling. That can be a little tricky. The one up here that shows it on the B and the T, those T's get so beat up out there on the edge that it can be hard to tell. So got about 40 more to look at for Walker, and then we'll move into Stan Horns. I keep hoping to see like strong doubling in that leg of the R, and then at the tops of the U and the S. If I find them, that's usually where we see it, and it's really hard to miss. See, I don't know if that means that's extra metal. That just, see, I get it over there in the light and it kind of goes away. So that to me says that it's not. That's one of the trickier ones for me to find anyway. And that's why the 71Ds take so much time, as well as the fact that there's so many of them. So, anybody have a chance to go over to the auction tonight? Anybody pick anything up, or what was the highlight of the night at that auction? Hopefully they raised a lot of good money. It sounds like beneficiary there is definitely in need of some help and some support. So wish I had a little more ability to be able to do things like that. Now that might be one. That might be, because the shadow kind of didn't go away. I see a big old split right there. That looks to be right. A little scuff from my budget this month was for the organ piece. Yeah. I hear you there. I did not dive into that chaos. Let's see. We have some doubling here at the I and the N and the G. It looks like, let me zoom in on this. Should be real strong at that top serif on the I. A little more noticeable in the G. And I'm not seeing all the markers that I'd hope to see on that one. That's pretty close though. Hey, Outdoors with Chris Garcia. Good to see you. Hey, man, I couldn't wait till Saturday to stream. I just wanted to get this going. Well, a little bit funny there on the S, but I don't think that's enough to call it. Yeah, now after I do my streams on Sundays, I like to come out here and look at some of the DDOs, or at least those with potential DDOs. That could be a split in that R. It looks like there's a little extra there with the S. Really hard to tell. I don't think it is because the right side of that serif on the T would have a little more. So I'm going to pass on that one. Think it does? I see what I think you're seeing, Mufid. Because when I turn it that way, yeah, that does look like there's a little bit of a split. Let me pull my other example up on my other screen here. I don't see a lot of separation at the foot of that R, though. It looks like there's a little bit of a ridge along the leg of that R, but not really a split to where I see two serifs at the end of it. I don't see doubled serifs above the U on the R, S, and T. It kind of has the thickness, yes. The doubling of the S would not be on the bottom side of the S. It would be more towards the middle and also noticeable in the top. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be one. Yep, I think that's going to be light and shadow, because the T in Liberty also would have showed it too. So I think we're in agreement there. I think that's probably the case. Unfortunately, that probably is the case. And there's a lot of these to go through. So, yep. I've got my microscope down real tight on this so it can be seen. It's amazing you get zoomed in this far and they really look beat up. Maybe there's a trick to backing off on that, and then you don't get as many shadows or something. But then I kind of like to be able to see what it is we're looking at. So anyway, Mufa, did you make it over to the sometimes hold at 45-degree angle? Yeah. That's another good point. We can do that. Sometimes that reveals things like that. S has a lot of width in it, and so makes me start to think that maybe it is. I see a little bit of movement of the metal up there in the top surface of the U. I see a little bit of an edge in that R. What I don't see is a split along that R leg or separation at the bottom of the R. Well, I could say that, and then it looks like maybe a little bit of wear and tear. So let's look here and see what we've got. Really hard to tell. Yep, looking at that U. So, Mufid, when I'm going by some examples that I've picked offline that it seems like are pretty common. So you see how the U, the doubling in the U that you're seeing there kind of goes from upper left to lower right, or vice versa. On the examples I'm seeing of the confirmed FS 101 DDO, it's more straight up and down. So that doesn't look like that would be the case here. And you can kind of see the R is doing the same thing, whereas it would be more straight up and down as well. Everything about the example I'm seeing kind of shows that up and down position. Should be on top. Yep. So I am anything but an expert on this. I'm still learning as I go, so I'm willing to be wrong. Yeah, there's another good example of that same thing we're seeing. Yep. I'm willing to be wrong and be corrected on this. I kind of got to go by the examples that I know of, because otherwise, yeah, I'd think there was a time when I thought almost every other $50 I picked up was some type of DDO. So I've had to really kind of slow down on these and keep some examples to the side here. Now this will be a fun one. This is a colored one. There's the B, if you can see it. Anyway, that one was kind of a really weird coin when we found it on Sunday. Yep, no, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear I'm not alone in that. I was like, how do these guys not find as many as I do? Am I just that lucky, or what's going on here? And that's when I started looking a little harder at that one. A couple really nice 71s coming up here, as we occasionally see. This one's got a nice big ding in the ring of death. Don't think it's going to be anything we need. Here's one of those nice looking ones. Just kind of remind myself that we will know it when we see it. Until then, check, and recheck. So hoping to blow through these and not stay up too doggone late tonight. Thinking about, if I have time tomorrow night, possibly a nickel hunt. I haven't decided if I would live stream that one or just try to put together a quick recap video on that one. Hard to tell. Sometimes those take more time than I have than just doing the live streams. Mufit, I think I saw you on with, was it Sir Benji earlier today? He has kind of an entertaining little midday program that he does. I don't know if anybody else has had a chance to check out Walker Magnet's streams that he's been doing. He's been going through penny box, very special penny box that is yielding all kinds of good things. Pretty darn cool, if you ask me. Oh no, what's keeping you from doing your coin roll hunts, Mufit? Is it just they're not getting you coins? This one is one I'm going to look at a little bit more. No, guess not. Hey, Jim Cantor, how we doing, man? There's that link. See, this one gets me a little more excited. You know, the positioning's a little off, but it's a lot more straight up and down. This might actually be one. Hard to say right away, but I think I might see a little bit of a split there in the R, a little bit of lift in that bottom serif. Got a little more that's up and down right there. Let's check the T on this one. Ooh, hard to say. All right, we got Mufid coming up to join in.
Hey, Copper.
Hey, Mufid, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm kind of tired, but I'm watching you do what you're doing.
Yeah, I just fight off tired and keep doing to my own detriment, and yeah, hopefully I can keep my job.
All right.
So, yeah. Boy, this one's got me stumped.
Yeah, I'm on my phone watching this, so it's kind of hard to differentiate.
Sure. Well, that's good. Boy, that one. There's some things there. There's just some not.
Yep.
I kind of like to think that they've all got to be there. So I'm sure if anybody really wanted to put a grade on it, they'd be saying the same thing. So I guess I'll move on with that.
Yeah, I hear you on that one.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't been able to get any boxes or bills or nothing like that. I'm kind of in a situation where all my bank accounts at different banks I got accounts are frozen right now.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've been going at my banks, on different days and at the different banks I got and getting I was going through 36 boxes a week.
Oh my goodness.
36
boxes a week.
Huh?
36 boxes a week. Wow.
Yeah.
All half dollars or other?
All half dollars.
Oh my gosh.
So not including that, I was getting bricks of singles, bricks of fives, bricks of tens, 20s, 50s, hundreds from multiple banks and doing searches, and I guess they didn't like that.
Oh, you're doing that many. I don't know where you at, but I would guess that you're going to run out of doing that much. That is some commitment.
Yeah, I was doing quite a bit. And I guess they're trying to figure out what I'm doing with the money, where the money's going. I'm literally taking the money out, searching through it, and putting it right back like an hour later.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this at my multiple banks I'm dealing with. So I gotta wait till this gets all sorted out. I told them, check the serial numbers. Your money's back. It's the same exact ones. I was just searching, doing bill searches.
Yeah.
I told them I'm a collector. So I gotta wait and see until this is done and over with. Hopefully another week or so, this will be cleared up. But I'm stuck in a situation where I got to pay my guys. I'm trying to do my payroll, and I can't even do it right now. So I owe for last week, and next week I'm gonna owe for this week. So so I was talking to GNP Coins, and Hardcore Holly's gonna host an auction on the 22nd. And I'm gonna auction off quite a bit of stuff. I'm gonna make another video. 'Cause I really don't use YouTube for anything other just for entertainment. And I'll buy some stuff on the auctions you see me. And I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, as I mentioned before. I'm not trying to do this all the time. Just it's like a one-time deal. I'm just trying to raise money for payroll to just keep my guys going because my guys are awesome.
Sure.
They've been with me for over 20 years, so I mean. They're there when I need them, and I don't want to fail my guys. And I told them what's going on. So
especially in these times when it's hard enough to get people to show up for work.
Yeah, and they're showing up every day. They work overtime. They're whatever I ask, they're there for me. So I'm trying to do what I got. So that's why I'm trying to put an auction, do the auction with GP coins on Hardcore Holly's stream, and I'm gonna be putting up a lot of silver rounds, slab Morgan, slab Peace dollars, Benjis, Mercs, 40s, 90s, slabs. Um, I'm sorry, I meant to say it's late. My mouth's all tongue tied.
That's
I'm
all
gonna put up
right.
some bars and some stuff. I'm gonna make basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lay out all the stuff and just take a video of it all without having to explain it. I mean, we know what's what when we see it, so I'm just gonna lay it
Sure.
all out and just do a video of it, and then once everybody sees what I got, I'm pretty sure they'll be happy. But
Yeah.
I got a lot of bills I'd like to auction off, but I don't think anybody's really interested in the bills.
Hmm.
'Cause I tried doing that on Oregon Stacker and Plumber Stackers trade days, and nobody was really interested in the bills. They were more into this looking for silver and copper.
Sure.
I mean, silver and gold. I'm sorry, damn, I can't talk tonight.
Oh no, man. I didn't even think about it because I actually do like getting some copper.
Dude, if I walk into my garage and show you what I got in my garage right now, you would be like, wow. Matter of fact, you want
Yeah.
to see? Do you want to see what I'm
Hey,
talking
why
about?
not? Why not?
Hold on, give me a second.
We'll get a guided tour as well as some DDO hunting at the same time. This is great. Kurt, welcome.
So what I've been doing, what you see me spending money on these sites, I've been using my scrap money. So I don't like using my money for it.
Right.
So I'm an HVAC contractor.
Okay. I was going to ask you what you were keeping guys busy with, and I was guessing probably some type of construction or contracting.
Yeah, I own a heating air conditioning business, and I flip homes, and
Okay.
I get a lot of scrap copper. So
Sure.
this is just what I have here that I have broken down right now. This is not what I have at my other property, which has a 5-car garage, which is loaded with air conditioners that still have to be sent here, so I can break them up. So what you're looking at right now is all the air conditioning compressors.
Oh my goodness.
And what I do is I cut them down and I pull the windings out of the motors.
Sure.
These are the fan motors from the furnaces and the air conditioning units outside.
Okay.
And all that wire. I actually put 2 huge units up on a roof in downtown Chicago. And look at the size of this wire. I was using a power to it. So I got all of that. I got number 1, number 2, copper, brass, aluminum. I have all these air conditioning coils. And that's not including what I have in the back. So I average about 6 to about 12 to 13 grand a year just off of scrap. And I use that for one stacking.
Boy, I need to go find me some parts. I get to be a big dog if I do that.
I don't sell any used parts, so everything I deal with is new. Because I don't want callbacks from the customers that makes me look bad.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So that's how I'm what I'm using to get my copper and my stack going.
Okay. Where do you guys where are you at where you're doing the HVAC work?
I'm in the Chicago area. I'm actually in Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana. I'm in all the malls, and
okay.
I do a lot of commercial refrigeration, so I do a lot of restaurant build outs.
Sure.
Like for instance, if you go to shopping mall and you go to the food court where they got the restaurants, I build those out.
Okay.
And I've been doing that for almost 28 years, 27, 28 years, almost 29 years. I'm losing track.
It all just melds together into one big year, doesn't it?
Yeah, I buy about 4 properties a year, and I just
Uh-oh.
renovate them and
Might
flip
have
them.
Mrs. Owl getting after me. Let me take a quick look. Hold on just one second. Okay. We're starting school tomorrow, so I'm getting some last minute requests to take kids to school.
Ooh, where are you located by?
I'm in Kansas City area,
Oh, okay,
so really not
okay.
all that far away.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah,
I
we
probably
got
go to World Fair.
yeah, we got Garrett C. He was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here or not, but he's actually here in Kansas City as well.
Oh, okay. I've
And
been bid. I used to bid. I was bidding against him a lot of times on Rob Fine's Treasure.
yeah, yeah. I tell you what, I learn a lot about people and from how they bid.
Yep.
uh, yeah, I've kind of just started doing a bunch of this stuff in the last 7-8 months, and I don't really make anything off of it. I just turn it around, put it back into these streams and such. But um, so I I don't have I got 4 kids, and I mean I know you got a bunch of kids too, and
Yep.
so it's like, well, shoes, clothes for school, or coins. Which one is going to take precedent today? And it's usually coins last every time.
If you have daughters, yeah, coins are gonna be last. Girls are
Well,
expensive.
yeah, I got one of them. Every every child we planned to have was a boy. So my daughter is here and proving all those statistics wrong.
Oh wow, wow,
So, but she's one of a kind, that's for sure, and that might be all I can handle.
wow. Yeah, I got 3 girls with 4 boys, but my youngest is 17. He'll be 18 in November.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, my daughter's 9, so I got a ways to go.
Yeah, I started real early. I started
And I
real
did
early.
not. I did not. We waited 7 years after we were married to start having kids because I needed to grow up a bit.
Yeah, we all grow up every day. I went. Yeah, I changed a lot from being a teenager to now. Yeah, I changed a lot. I grew up a lot.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, for some, I guess it does. I just went to my 30th reunion from my high school
Oh God.
friend, and I hadn't seen most of these people in like 20 years at minimum, and some of them were the full 30. And all the guys that I thought would probably be standing around the bar holding it down were exactly who I thought was there. So
Oh wow. I just
so
had mine's. No, not my 30th. I had mine's what about 4 years ago,
okay.
and it's amazing how I'm the only one out of the guys, so to speak, that's not in law enforcement.
Oh, really?
All my, all my buddies are in law enforcement in one shape or another, whether it be Border Patrol, FBI, DEA, a sheriff, a police officer. I mean, they're all
Mm-hmm.
in law enforcement.
How about that? This
Yep.
one looks really suspicious. We got some serif thing going on there. A little bit of extra metal on the left side there. I didn't see the doubling here, but that doesn't mean it's not the FS 102. A little bit of some signs there, especially on the I, and the G and the O look like maybe they got a little something going on there. So
On the bottom of it, I think, or in the center. I think it's in the center. It's hard to see him with the on this phone.
yeah,
Is it on
I'm
the
gonna
bottom or in
definitely
the
push
center?
that. I'm gonna push that one to the side.
Have you
So we
found
got
any
one
copper?
baby.
I mean,
What's that?
have you found any silver?
Um, in this box, we did not. The only thing we found was a clad Kennedy with a hole drilled in the top.
Oh
And that
wow.
was about it. It kind of broke my little mini streak of about 2 or 3 streams with silver, but
Oh wow.
I guess that's the price I pay of only doing one box.
Well, to be honest with you, I was on Tupac's stream a couple of weeks ago, and I kind of showed him a few things that I had, and I
Hmm.
just got done doing 18 boxes, and I have one 5 gallon uh, 2 5 gallon buckets of from Home Depot, those orange ones. I have
Hmm.
one about 3/4 of the way full with 40s, and the other one the same weight with 90s. And I showed it to them, and I zoomed in on it so they could see that I wasn't lying. They were like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, no kidding. That is quite a haul, man. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
yeah, I got a
Yeah.
lot.
Well, gosh, I would imagine, with that many boxes a week, that yeah, you should be finding. I mean, you shouldn't you shouldn't go too many boxes without finding at least something.
Yeah, I average at majority of the times I average about at the minimum 4 or 5 in a box
Oh wow.
because I'm getting them from 4 different banks. So and they're
Okay.
so I'm rotating them, and I'm not taking them back to the same bank. I'm taking it to a fifth bank that's I can just dump them in the machines.
Yep. Yep. I buy from one and dump at another. And what's funny is the bank that I've probably used for the last 30 years. Um, they initially got me some penny boxes early on during when everything was shut down, and then they kind of caught on that I was just bringing them back after I'd hunted them and asking for more and all that, and they were just like, "Nah, we're not too interested in doing that." And I was like, "Man, I've been with you for 30 years. Why are you going to do that to me?"
You know
And
what it is? It's
just
the
personal
women that have
preference
to.
on their part, I guess.
No, it's the women being lazy. They don't want to carry those heavy bags.
Oh, yeah, it might be.
I
So
usually buy
I
them one
guess,
at a time to time.
yeah, I guess when I say that I take it back to one bank, I take it one back to one brand of bank. There are 3 branches of that bank that I can return to, and they all have machines. So I try to spread it around a little bit so as not to get under the skin of the bank manager completely.
Yep.
But then I always get my coins from one particular bank that's actually fairly new to me last fall, and man, they couldn't be happier to get me stuff. They even call me when some oddball stuff comes in, and I've had to try to educate them that when somebody brings in 200 Ike dollars, that yes, I'm interested in looking at them, but they're not silver dollars. I mean, they could be, but they're not the silver dollars you're telling me. They're just silver in color. So you're kind of giving me heart palpitations when you say you have 200 silver dollars in your hand, and I'm like, I have $200. Yes, please. So I thought
How about
maybe I was
this?
going to walk out of there with about 4 grand in melt, but I guess not.
How about this bad boy?
Oh yeah, now that's some good stuff there. That is nice.
That is silver,
Yeah.
and you can see the deep cameo on it.
Oh yeah, that is beautiful.
That was a 74, and this is a 72. And let me get the light going in here.
Yeah,
Maybe I gotta get closer to it.
doesn't quite have the same cameo, but just as
No,
nice.
the other one was. This one's not a cameo.
Okay, okay.
And I got a
Yeah, I do.
bicentennial. I gotta flip this one. I just bought this one today.
Okay,
That's a bicentennial.
okay. Yeah. Oh, nice stuff there too. Out here in Kansas, we like Eisenhower because he was one of us.
I mean, I have tubes of ice.
Mm-hmm.
I have tubes. I have. Hold on. Let me see. I have one, two,
Hey, we got
three.
Southern Metal in here. Nice.
I got about 3.5 tubes of Ike Silver dollars, just different varieties, different years, I should say.
Very cool. Very cool. So, well, I think I might have a DDO here. I'm going to put it in Walker Magnet's envelope before I get busy and get the mail out to him. And while we're kind of pausing for a second, I'm going to have Stan Horn's envelope ready, and I've got his potential DDOs sorted, and we'll start going through those. So, Stan, if you're still here, these are yours.
So, what do you charge for your rolls?
I do $3 a roll.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty. That's decent.
yeah. I guess I'm kind of fairly conservative guy by nature, so when I kind of dip my toe in here, I wasn't sure if I was ready to charge $5 a roll. Because the thing that I knew that I was going to struggle with if I did was I don't have 10 items to set you up with as those those incentives to buying a full box for $250. I don't have the skunk type you know things to offer. I was actually dipping into my personal stash initially, and so part of me was just I didn't want to give all that stuff up in giveaways and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't blame
So
you.
yeah, I tried to kind of do some nice things at a reasonable amount so that maybe the expectations were a little lower there, but still do enough. I'll dip into things like pennies and buffalo nickels, as incentives at that level. And I still manage to do for a full box. I'll do like I do a bag pull for every 10 rolls that people donate for. And yeah, so I range anywhere from an Indian head penny all the way up to 90% half dollar, and kind of it's weighted a little bit, but it's worked out good enough to where I could reinvest and now have a little bit of a supply of 90s, a little bit of supply of 40s to, maybe start turning the corner here and thinking about, making the incentives or matching first silver or, first time stream donator, get a little something extra in there for them.
So, what do you charge for a box?
A box would just be 150.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's really I mean, fair is not even the word. That's awesome compared to what everybody's charging on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not
I
bad.
mean, I'm probably looking at a day sometime that, I may need to bump that to $4 to, especially if things can't kind of keep growing, maybe if I'm getting to like 500 people and there's more people, and if I'm needing to do like 2 boxes in a stream, which I am going to do on Saturday, only because I have 2 people wanting a full box on the same day. But yeah, I'm going to have to pick up my pace a little bit. I do not whip through these in 30 minutes.
So wait a minute. So with the coin, the halves, you were just those were halves, right? You were just doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You were doing that for somebody's coin donation and you're doing each coin like that.
I'm just going through them and looking for those the potential DDOs that we don't catch on the screen.
Oh wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
like to try and get people their stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
I just
I
sit
guess
back and just crank right through them. I don't even. I stopped looking for DDOs. I have DDOs almost every one that's there. I just go straight for
Yeah.
the silver now.
Yep. I figured I'm doing one box, so we'll kind of go the quality over quantity route.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool.
So I've found guys like Walker Magnet, who you've probably seen on some things. Um, he's started doing his stream, and that's usually what he mentions is that this is kind of my thing that I go do. And if I were doing 3 and 4 boxes, there's no way that I have the time to do something like this. I think Rob was talking about that last Friday or something like that, and
Yeah, he was.
complete agreement on that. So I figure if I don't have time to go through 4 boxes, then if I'm not doing something that's kind of lengthy like this, then I can whip through these fairly quickly. I mean, I might miss some, but the obvious ones should play out and be pretty easy to spot.
What
And I
I
have
was
no
doing
idea
when I
why I'm
first,
looking at B's on a 77.
yeah, what I was doing when I first started, once because my dad's the one that showed me how to do this. Um, I would I would get a box, and then as I'm coin roll on the, I'm doing the searches, I would have a little bucket, those gallon buckets that you get when you buy ice cream.
Yep.
I would have 3 or 4 of those, and every time I have a 71, 72, 73, a bicentennial, I would sort them out that way as I'm looking for the
Mhm.
silver. And the silver goes in a separate bucket, 40s and 90s. And after I'm done searching for the silver, I'd go back and scope them out. But it gets so tiring after a while. My back starts hurting. I mean, I'm getting old.
Yeah. No, I hear you there. Hear you there. So the biggest grind on doing this is, I mean, like just while we've been each talking the last couple minutes, I mean, I'm already down to like the 72s to look for the DDO, and there's only out of about 20 rolls, there's about that many to go through. Well, then come the 72Ds. Well, those are fairly quick and easy because I'm looking for no FG on that.
Yep.
And then comes the 71Ds, where you're looking for 2 different things, and there's always like half or more of everything is in there. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, if I just didn't look at the 71Ds, this would be a lot easier.
Let me ask you a question. You remember Teacher's Auction, right?
I do.
Were you in there?
I was in there off and on both days.
Do you remember the Book of Quarters from 1932 to 1998?
I think I do, and I think I might have heard that you found something.
Dude, it's got every DDO that's in the red book, and I checked every one in there, in this book. Matter of fact, let me turn this camera off. Let me grab it
Sure.
and let me show you. I'm actually thinking about auction. I was thinking about taking them out the book and sending each and every one of them that's got the D over S, S over D, the different varieties. I was thinking
Yeah.
about just sending them over to PCGS, have them graded, and
Yeah.
then send it to Heritage Auctions and auction them off that way. Because I know I'd get more money for them that way.
Sure.
I mean, I paid $1,700 for this whole book, and one of them's worth $9,000,
Yeah.
and that's one
Yeah.
of them.
That is awesome when you kind of
So
stumble into it that way.
so here's the book. Let me turn the. Here's the book, right?
Mm-hmm. I
And I'll
remember
flip
that.
it over. When Teacher said he collected this when he was a kid and never knew about the varieties, I was all in. So
Yeah.
I got the,
So does that have space for each one of them, or are they
yes.
just kind of there by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
Did he fill a spot with a particular year in mint mark, not realizing that it was like an S over D or D over S?
I have the S over D and I have the D over S.
Okay.
On the one, I think it was the 1950 S or D, S over D. I forgot which one it is without looking at the book. I took a picture of it on the camera and I sent it to Rob, Rob Finds Treasure, and asked him, what do you think this one is? D over S or S over D? He said, no, that's an S over D.
Oh.
No, this is just the first page, but all the years and the mints are actually all here. That's the first page. I mean, look at that 41.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The 42s, 43s, the 44s.
Those just look like they're in amazing condition.
And I'm coming back here. I mean, you can see the 53s, the 48s. And as I go further back, they get better and better.
Yeah. You figure most of those in there are probably BU or better?
Yeah, I mean, you could actually tell. I mean, that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, there's not a scratch on these puppies.
Right.
I mean, very, very, very minimal.
Yeah.
And I got all the Type 2s, like the 1979S Type 2.
Mm-hmm. Gosh.
And you got a lot of these are deep cameos.
That's just amazing. He had some really cool stuff. You know he had to be tearing him up on the inside to be parting with this, but man, all for the cause of realizing some dreams there, and the tough times he's been through. I mean, this had to tear him up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I was actually happy during that auction that there's a few people jumping in there, kind of trolling the whole thing, and I'll be honest, that if they didn't know more of the story, then I'd probably say some of the same stupid stuff too, because I didn't know what all was going on. I didn't know that he was struggling with it to the point that he was. I didn't realize it was the bank that was kind of worked him over the wrong way there. So once I knew more about that, then I kind of understood what all was going on, because I'd only ever seen him in like auctions and being nothing but charitable.
Yes, exactly.
Not only just paying high premium over the top of people, because kind of felt like strong arming, or that he could, but then to turn around and give it to the guy that he just outbid on his dime. I'm just like, man, who does that kind of thing? Well, that's who he is.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, I've done that too. I've done that in a few different streams. I'll buy stuff and just gift it out.
Yeah,
the way I see it, really, this money wasn't money that I really worked for in a sense. Yeah, I had to break down the scrap for it, but really it's kind of free money.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not greedy. I mean, I have I have a good heart.
Yep.
So I mean, certain things, yeah, no big deal. I mean, it's not gonna break me.
Sure.
Well, yeah, I seen those comments, or people would say, even in Rob's not only on Rob's stream, on other streams, where people are like, man, do you guys know what you're bidding on? Yeah, we know. Most of it, a lot of it's support, If you can't afford it, shut up, so to speak, you know. Don't rain on someone's parade.
That's usually why you'll see me about the time that the auctions start with like Rob's channel and stuff. I'll kind of poke fun at myself, be kind of like, oh yeah, I'm out before I actually got in. That's me.
Yeah. Because I wanted to get
I can't hang with you guys, I'll be honest. But it's fun to see you guys do it.
Well, being that my kids are older and independent, I don't have to worry about things about when I'm raising. When you're raising kids, it's harder, but when they're grown, it's a little bit easier. But
that's so
those
true.
skulls that teacher had, I wish they would have broke them up, because I only wanted that gold one.
Right.
And I was hoping to get it for about 3,500. I was like, oh man, they started it off at 6. I'm like, oh man, nah. I was just
Yeah.
like stunned. I was like,
Yeah, and I
nah, I'm
think
not
they
gonna.
had they had what they didn't really announce the reserve until later, but I guess he was holding out for 7, huh?
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna pay that much for that. Nah.
Yeah. So did they actually end up selling those or
Yeah,
not?
I think Rob ended up getting them. He took them and
Okay.
he said it was okay with buying it, but I think that left a bad taste in his mouth because I was like, nah, I'm not gonna pay I'm good. Because
Yeah.
when I put the bid in, I thought about it, I was like, nah, hell no, I'm good. I don't want that. I'm good. I helped what I
Yeah.
could to a point. Then I realized what it was at. I like to me. So I think
Yeah.
he's kind of pit, but he could have backed, but you know, email and
Yeah.
apologize. I was really thinking I was gonna get it for 35. That I was like I had sticker shock when I heard of the 6. I'm like, oh man, but it is
Yeah.
what it
No, I
is.
hear you, man. Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm looking at this one again. This looks about as good as one I've seen. So I think I'm seeing some split along that leg of the R, maybe a little bit of that raised serif at the end. The U looks like it's kind of going north-south instead of catty corner. Well, maybe it's not. It's a hard one to tell. I think
I
it's
would
the
turn it.
shadows that I get.
I would turn it on the side, on the angle. That's what I usually do when I can't really tell and I'm thinking it's a shadow. I'll like
Yeah,
pick it up with my fingers and just rock it a little bit to see if it's actually there.
yeah.
No, I
See
don't
that
think it
one?
is.
No. Yeah, I don't think the S is quite right. The T, it's a little nicked, but it
It's barely there.
yeah. It was. I'm not even looking at above it. That those the ends of those serifs. They started to look about right. A little bit of a spot that makes it hard to see, but I don't know. Maybe it's
Believe
not.
it or not, I just found what year was it again? A 1994 D over P dime.
No kidding.
I just happen to have some. Every time I go to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning to get my morning coffee, I get the change and I'll just look at it, see what it is, and then when I get home, I'll put it under the scope. And I was like, I never heard of a P over a D or a D over a P, and yeah, it sure is because you
Huh.
can see it clear as day.
I. What year was that again?
1994. Oh, I gotta look at this again.
I
It's a
didn't even realize there was
1994.
one.
You know what? Let me grab my little scope. Hold on. Let me turn the scope on. I got one of those little Tom Love scopes.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Hold on a second.
Sure.
While you're doing that, now the dime wants to move around in the flip.
Well, I figure at least this gives me practice.
Yep.
Kind of sharpen my eye for the next time. But we're down to about 20 more 71 Ds, and then that'll be it. Well, I shouldn't say 20. I guess it's 40. So I guess earlier I, I screwed myself up. I was counting stacks of $10, not 10 coins. So I guess there was actually over 200 that we were looking at.
See, I actually never heard of this dime either, but I took it when I seen it, I put it in a flip right away. But then I was second guessing myself. So I took it over to the coin store, and which is literally like right down the block.
Uh-huh.
And he verified. He's like, yeah, that's what it is. And he showed me what to look for.
Huh.
It's real hard to see.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at hold on, let me turn this camera around. Do you see the 1994?
Let me bring your screen up a little bigger here so we can all see. I do.
Now, I was thinking at first when I seen it, I was thinking it was maybe a DDO because of the nines right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grab a. But then I looked past it. Let me move this around because you could see. Let me see where I seen it at. Let me see if I can see it. He was telling me there's because he had a better scope. Like right. Let me grab a pen top. I actually lost my loop the other day. You could see faintly. You could see the P right here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you can see it or not. Where's that lens at? Lens right there. He was telling me. Let me see if I got it to a better position. He said you could barely see it, and that's what I thought I seen.
Mm-hmm.
And he said right here you could see that it's a P. It goes up, and then you can see the P right there. I was like, no way! I didn't even know that existed. He was like, I've been doing this for 40 years. Yeah, that's what you have.
That's crazy.
So I was like, really? I never heard of that.
I hadn't either. That's crazy. So does like PCGS have a listing for it out there, or?
Actually, I haven't even checked. I just threw it in the flip and threw it on my nightstand and said, no, I'll deal with that later.
Yeah. Because I
wonder if they do.
I kind of bounce back and forth between looking at like PCGS and NGC at their coin value charts to pull up the little subcategories, see what DDOs or something might be out there. But then because I don't mind going to Variety Vista and taking a look, but man, they've got like so much stuff out there. I always have to kind of look for the ones that have been recognized by PCGS and all that by their designation. I can't possibly go through and look at 96 different Minnesota minted quarters that may have a little glob of metal in the wrong place. I got to see the 3 that might mean something to me.
I think I found. Hold on, let me see if I could pull this up. I think I found a 90. Was it a 93? I think DDO. It's kind of trashed. Hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, this 93 half is kind of trashed, but as I look at the nines, was it the hold on? Let me see. Was it the nines or what did I see this at? Or was it the threes? Hold on. So I like this little camera because of the scope, because I can move it around easily and I can just bounce around from living room to kitchen and I'm not stuck on the computer.
Right. No, that's pretty cool.
Was it this one?
It's funny this last weekend I streamed from my dad's house down in Wichita, Kansas, and I just packed up all my stuff, took it with me, knowing that I might be down there. I might not be making it home in time to be here and set up and do it. So I just took it with me on the road, and they, my stepmom and dad were kind of seeing how I do this for the first time, and they just fell in love with this digital scope that we got plugged into the computer, and they're like, man, we're going out to her dad's house out in western Kansas, because that guy just every day drops change into these containers and has done it for years. So it's going to be another one of those massive hunts through what in the world has he put in here over the years. And they saw this scope and they're just like, oh, we have to have one of those for this, because otherwise we'll go blind trying to go through this. So it's kind of funny to see my parents digging into it. And kind of, the scope was one of the first things I went out and got when I got into this. So I was just like, yeah, I got to save my eyes. This is actually pretty cool.
I'm trying to find the one I had. I'm trying to see. I want to see if I can find it. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. I'm not sure if I put it in the safe or what. Is it this one?
Hey, for everybody else that's out in the chat, we don't mean to ignore you there. I know you're there. I just kind of got engaged in some conversations, so appreciate you guys hanging in there as well. And hopefully, if I miss something, chime in. I'll see it. Stan, we're not finding too much in yours, but that is always a possibility. We're into your last stack of 20.
Yeah. I think I put it away.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it. I'm sitting in front of a bunch of change. I'm trying to figure out what I did with it.
The worst thing I've done for myself is I've got my hobby space and my workspace occupying the same desk. Yeah. Whenever work just gets so enthralling, it's like, the stack of nickels over there ain't gonna hunt itself. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, you say you were in the HVAC contracting business. I'm actually a mechanical engineer with the company here in Kansas City. That my specialty has been in the HVAC world, working with larger contracted projects where we buy the project over time with the energy savings from the project. So,
oh wow, because that's actually what I am. I'm a mechanical engineer. I deal with a lot of commercial, industrial.
Okay, very cool. See, it was more than just chance meeting then.
Hold on, is this it? Yeah, I love my field. I'm never in the same place more than once.
Yeah.
I can't do an office job. That would literally drive me nuts. I'd have to jump out a window if I did that.
I have even last summer when everything was kind of shut down. I'm sure you guys still had some work keeping you busy all summer long, because it gets hot and stuff breaks. People still got to have it.
Yeah, the commercial refrigeration keeps me busy, to be honest with you.
Yeah. The work I'm doing, I'm actually doing a lot of building commissioning now. So I don't know if you've run across commissioning agents on a project, but a lot of my work is with the Department of Energy sites around the country. So I got to fly out to Oakland, California 10 times during the height of the summertime pandemic last summer.
Oh, wow. I have a 73 right here, which I believe is a DDO. And let me see what you think about it.
Okay.
Hold on, let me turn this camera around. Now, as I look at the 7,
This is on what, a $half?
that's a $half. Look at the 7, and as I look at the 3, you can see the outline of it on the outside, right there. And then when I come over here, let me turn this a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Hold on, where was it? You can see on the L.
On the L, the foot of that, yeah.
You see the foot, right there.
Yep, yep.
And then over here,
whatever.
hold on. Where was it? Here's the R. You can see the doubling on the R.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the T on the foot. And here's the Y.
Boy, yeah, that's got all kinds of movement on it. Okay.
I'm trying to put it in a better position.
How did trust look like on there? Like the RUS.
Well, here I was going to show you that next.
Oh, okay.
As you look at that, you could see. Hold on. I had to move it. Damn, I'm right-handed, but I'm holding the camera with my left hand.
Yeah.
Let me adjust this a little bit better. Let me lower this. Adjust that. You could see it. I'm gonna have to switch hands. You could see the splitting like right here on the R. Can you see that? You can see the splitting.
I think I can. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like right. And where's that pen at? Oh, damn.
Yeah. Every once in a while, it kind of comes in, and I can see it. Yeah.
Right there.
Right on there. Yep.
You can see the syrups right there. Right there, and then on the. Let me move this over a little bit.
Does the U, the split in the U, does that seem to be kind of north south or to one side?
It's right here. It's right there.
Okay, so it kind of looks like maybe the U on top is up and to the left of the kind of the shadow piece.
Yeah, then you can see the S right here.
Okay.
You can see right there, and then right there. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yep, I can see that. The one, I mean, I would have somebody with a better eye than me, look at that to kind of confirm it. The only thing that I run into on the 73s when I look at them is again on that U, where it kind of looks like if you were to stack them on top of one another, it kind of looks like it's up and to the left, kind of a top left to bottom right direction that it's doubled. And the example that I have to go by kind of goes the other direction with that. So I'm certainly not saying it's not, because about everything else you have there certainly looks like it. I mean, even in areas where, like there, it just looks like it's all over this thing. So
yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, I know there's machine doubling, but I mean, is there that much machine doubling? I don't know.
This one doesn't have it.
No, that's a really cool one.
I pulled these out to the side for a reason. I'm trying to remember what I put them off to the side for. But yeah, this is definitely. I think this one's. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like there's definitely got some movement in there.
You can see it on the D.
Mm-hmm.
Let me turn this around. Where did I see it? Where did I see it? See, I'm just like going off, what I'm seeing here. And once I think I confirmed it, then I'll go and check everything, go on the different sites.
Yeah. No, I'd say that one definitely is enough to get excited about for sure. So, Stan Horn, if you're still in the stream, I guess the bad news is I did not find any DDOs from your second chance coins here. So, unfortunately, I won't have anything to add to that, but I will be giving you. It looks like I already got the SLQ as a first-time donator for some appreciation there. You'll be getting a 90% Washington, an Indian head, and a channel sticker. So, yeah, I understand it's starting to get late. So, Chris, we'll see you hopefully on Saturday. Patrick Johnson, I saw you sneak in there. Thanks for stopping in. Not sure who all we still have besides Mufid and myself. But
I'm sorry.
No, man. Hey, this happens. I usually get one person that kind of comes up and we just kind of converse and honestly, it keeps things a little more lively for me, even though I might take a little more time to go through them. It doesn't feel like it's as much labor,
Yeah,
nice
it does.
To talk to.
Yeah, it does. It's almost midnight over here. I don't know what time it is over there.
Yeah, it is here too. We're on the same time zone. So,
well,
but
it was nice seeing you, buddy.
You bet, man. Yeah, good to finally talk and kind of see some of the things you've been into. So, definitely. We'll maybe plan to do it again sometime.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm more likely. I'm going to see if I can get some luck with your coin rolls. your coin rolls.
There you go. Yeah, that's not this stuff. It's
midnight. My mind and my mouth aren't communicating right now.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of right there at the tipping point. Do I stick with one box? Do I move to two? I'm kind of starting to lean towards two, and so that might kind of help spur a few other things on, and but yeah, I'm all full this weekend, so we'll probably be looking at least 2 weeks out, before we have some availability. But I'm working on getting a sheet put together so somebody can kind of pop in and take a look, and I'll probably have like a comment video out probably tomorrow night or Friday night ahead of the Saturday stream. But usually I'm on Sundays at about 2 p.m. But we'll see how that works with the NFL season. We got these guys called this guy called Patrick Mahomes. He's kind of fun to watch.
Oh yeah, he is. I'm actually going to be in Tyler, Texas, in the first week of September. I have to go to train for factory training. I have to get it to maintain my license, my dealership. Yeah. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I can swing by, get some Kansas City barbecue or something.
We got some good places.
All right, buddy. It's late.
Pizza, we'll get you some barbecue.
Oh, definitely. All right, buddy. Nice talking to you. Let me get off of here.
Too, man.
You have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
You too. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks. Hey, Chris. Yeah, if you're still there, then Saturday, I'm thinking at about 11 a.m. start time. So not completely nailed down yet, but that's at least what I'm kicking around right now. We'll try to finalize that in the next 24 hours or so. So guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining in. It is late. We're going to call it a night. We got one maybe that I'm going to go ahead and send to Walker Magnet, but that's about it. So thanks for hanging in there. We'll do it again another day. So might have a bunch of these to go through next week, with 2 boxes. So we'll see you again. And thanks for stopping by. Take care of each other.